Because Esau be trying to demonize Jake, man. And at the end, a lot of people are going to see, okay? There's going to be a lot of people that actually see, like, these guys are just telling the truth, man. But the whole world, like the majority of the world, okay, they're gonna look at Jake like we're evil because of fucking these Edomites, man. But this is what they came to conclusions, man.
Yeah, because we're telling you the plans of the elite. They're upset. They want to demonize us because we're telling you that they want to completely annihilate all you people, man. Because they want to enslave the whole world. They want to microchip you. They want to micromanage your entire life, man. And they're going to demonize us because we're revealing their true plans, man. All right?
This is Esther 16 and 15. But we find that the Jews whom this wicked wretch had delivered to utter destruction are no evildoers, but live by most just laws.
Yeah, so it's coming out. But Jake ain't wicked, ain't just being violent like Esau, all right? Doing all types of wickedness. They're saying that they live by most righteous law. They got the wisdom and knowledge of the Holy Scriptures, man, of the Creator of the heaven and the earth, the Father.
Yeah, because there's a law, there's a scripture for everything, man. There's a scripture for how you do husbandry, man. How you operate a farm. Okay, how you grow plants. Okay? There's laws of the land. It's all good. There's laws of the land, okay? Which Esau don't practice the law of the land. He don't keep a land Sabbath. Okay? That's why you got so many parasites, okay? So many, what do you call it? Pests, okay? Because Esau don't keep a land Sabbath. The Bible tells you about a land Sabbath. Okay, when you're growing trees like fruits and vegetables, for 7 days, 7 years, you farm the land, okay, 6 years, but on the 7th, you let the land rest. Meaning you pluck up all the shit you planted and you take it out of there so the land can replenish itself. That's why when you drive through all these places, okay, you see all these grapevines, they're all looking all fucked up, hella tiny, because the land hasn't had time to replenish the minerals it's used to produce these fruits, these crops, man. Okay? It said, verse 16, and that they be children of the Most High and most mighty living power, who hath ordered the kingdom both unto us and to our progenitors in the most excellent manner. So even this heathen said, hey, the Most High set me up. He set us up. Their God set us up. Okay? The Most High, it says the children of the Most High and most mighty living God, which is our God, Yahweh. Okay? Which his name is dreadful amongst these heathen men. That's why the so-called Jews can't say the name of the Lord. They say Hashem, which just means the name. Because the scriptures tell you his name is dreadful amongst the heathen. And his name is Yahweh. Alright? It says, wherefore ye shall do well not to put in execution the letter sent unto you by Ammon, the son of Amadatha. For he that was the worker of these things is hanged at the gates of Susa with all his family. Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, who ruleth all things speedily, render vengeance to him according to his deserts.
Yeah, because it tells you in the scriptures that Mordecai was basically trying to tell the king that Ammon was on some slick shit, man. Trying to kill him. And so what happened is that Ammon had all these plans to destroy Jake, but in the end, him and his family got hung up. In the same way that he wanted to hang Mordecai, him and his family got strung up like that, man. They got hanged at the gallows. And then all the people that were going to destroy Jake, an order came out that Israel was to destroy them. So all of the Lord's enemies got destroyed that day, man.
Yeah, when you go into Psalms, what is it, 83? All these nations are confederate with us, against us.
Yeah.
They're confederate against us, Slovakia. Who's the spearhead is Esau. So what Esau sought to do, planned to do, was to get all these nations to turn up against us and then come up against those nations, man. He was going to use, what's his name? Artaxerxes to eliminate Jake. And his whole plan was to eliminate Artaxerxes too. So he could overcome and rule. That's Esau's plan, to eliminate Jake and rule over all these nations, man. You know? So going back to Obadiah, unless you had something.
This is Psalm 37, verse 12. The wicked plotteth against the just, and gnasheth upon him with his teeth.
Yeah, the wicked are plotting against the just, man. All right, that's what all these different unrighteous decrees that are coming out are about, man. You got Rex 84, all right, the King Alfred plan. You got the 1033 program. You got the Georgia Guidestones. What else do they got?
You got the military at the border.
Yeah. So they got all these different legislation already passing in place so that they could come through and destroy you jakes, man. All right? So that's their plan. Their plan is to annihilate the nation of Israel, because that's his last shot at getting the blessing, getting the rulership over the earth, which he's not going to get. Just like the story that we just read, where Haman got destroyed and all those other nations that wanted to kill Jake got destroyed, man. All right? It just shows you how the Lord can take the worst situations and turn it around in a moment, man. Remember that video that I showed you with the chess? That old man playing chess against himself? And then at the end, he was completely destroyed. All he had was the king left. And then he dropped his shit, and then he flipped the board around so that the other guy was the one in the bad situation. That's what the Lord's about to do, man. The Lord's making it look like Esau has everything in place, like his checkmate. And the Lord's just gonna flip the board around on him. And he's gonna be in checkmate, man. He didn't know that he was playing against himself the whole time, man. And Esau's gonna be destroyed. That's why when the devil makes his move, man, all right, that's when the Lord's gonna make his move, all right? And the Lord's gonna utterly destroy you nations, all right? All these people that think they're doing, that know what's going on, man. Yahweh Shemi outside is gonna completely destroy you people, man. All you fucking idiots out here in Babylon, all you sleeping ass people don't even know what's going on out here, man. All right, the Lord's finna kill all you people soon. You don't even know it, man. All right, you so-called Mexicans, you Hispanics, Latinos, you Native Americans, you so-called Negroes, all right? Yahweh Shemi outside is gonna let this devil destroy you, man. All right? Go ahead.
This is Psalm 7 and 11. The Most High judgeth the righteous, and Yahweh Shemi Yahushai is angry with the wicked every day.
All right, that's what you got in the world, man. It tells you in the scriptures that the whole world is covered in wickedness, man. All right, the world is polluted under the inhabitants thereof, man. All right, you have Esau, which is the wicked, the devil ruling the world. So all these people are naturally wicked, man. These people are a product of the environment that was created, man. All right? Even these other nations, they ain't naturally as wicked as they're being right now, man. All right? That's all Edomite shit, man. That's all Edomite culture that's being pushed upon the entire world. That's why I said the nations were mad. It doesn't mean that they were angry. These nations went fucking insane, man, under the doctrine of Esau.
Okay. It says, if he turn not, he will whet his sword. He hath bent his bow and made it ready.
Yeah, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, if you don't turn away from the ways of this world, the Lord's whetting his sword, man. He's getting his sword sharpened, all right? He's getting ready to destroy you, man.
He hath also prepared for him the instruments of death.
The instruments of death, the dogs to tear, the sword to slay, man. Famine, pestilence, all right? Destruction, nuclear missiles, World War III, all this shit's coming to America, man. All right, and all over the four corners of the earth. The mark of the beast, the RFID microchip. Pretty soon you people ain't gonna be able to walk around here with your heads held high, man. You're gonna be walking around here with dirty rags with your head down. All right, running from wild beasts, running from the sword, man. All right?
He ordaineth his arrows against the persecutors.
He ordaineth the arrows and nuclear missiles against the persecutors, where Esau, the accuser of our brethren, all right, which is soon to be cast down. You so-called white people, you're gonna be destroyed soon, man.
Behold, he travaileth with iniquity, and hath conceived mischief, and brought forth falsehood.
Yeah, man.
Going back to that in Arctic sense.
Exactly. You brought forth much falsehood. All right. Every economic problem, every social disorder, you want to blame it on Jake, man. You want to say it's these damn Mexicans, the so-called black people, these Mexicans coming over the border, these South Americans, they're causing all the economic crisis. They're causing the downfall of America, man. When really it's because of the wickedness of the so-called white man that's being, the vibration being pushed throughout the world. That's the downfall of America. All right. So-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans built this country, man.
And if we left, it will collapse overnight. Because we're the ones working, okay, doing all these jobs to keep this bitch afloat, okay? We're the ones who buy all these fucking goods from these other countries, okay? We keep this bitch running, man, all right? Going back on you, Esau, exposing you, all right? You got all kinds of fucking Edomites that go to the border and bring Esau in, bring Issachar in illegally to work the fields, man. Okay, you have vans that drive over there, man, to bring Issachar through so that they get paid like $5 a day, man, $20 a day to work these fucking farms, man, fields. Okay, why? Because you ain't gonna do it. You can't work out there in the heat. All right, your skin itself, your body, can't last out there, man. You burn. You'll burn in the sun. You lack that melanin, okay, to protect you from the sun. It says...
It's exposed on the mainstream media. All right? When they were going through and they were talking about I was watching the news and it was talking about how Trump wants to build the wall along the border. You had farmers right there on the border of Mexico saying, no, I don't want this wall coming through my land. All right? Because these motherfuckers actually bring Jake in through their farms. They help them get across so that they can work those lands, man. So it would literally be a big hit to these farmers, a crisis to these farmers for Jake not to be flooding through the gates, man.
God, because when I was younger, I knew some Issacharites, and they lived on a big ranch. They had a big ass ranch, and they didn't have to pay for rent or nothing. Esau actually gave them like a house, like 2-3 houses on the big ass plot of land. All they had to do was work the land for Esau. Esau slowly but surely got them green cards for what? So he could keep them as permanent slaves. So there's some fucking Edomites out there that know, okay, well, I can't destroy Jake. I'm gonna just keep him as a slave forever. Okay? It's like a nasty ass, big ass Rottweiler that you inherited from your grandparents, and you're like, well, I'm gonna make use of that Rottweiler. I'm gonna keep it in my front yard. Nobody will break in my house that way. So there's Edomites that actually think like that, like, well, I'm gonna use Jake. Then you got other Edomites that want to completely kill Jake. Okay? But they actually had Issachar living in their land, and all they had to do was work their land. You know? So Esau doesn't want Jake to go. Alright? What Esau wants to do is control you, man. And if you act out, you don't go with this program, then he wants to kill you, man. Which he don't want you, Zebulonites, to come through, man. Okay? It says, Psalm 7:15, he made a pit and digged it, and has fallen into the ditch which he made.
Yeah, he made a pit and he digged it. Alright? He made a pit of wickedness, man. He dug out crimes that are punishable by death, man. Alright? He fucking put himself in the hole that he's in right now, as it tells you in the scriptures that the nations will narrowly look upon him. Alright? All these other nations are getting ready to turn against America and destroy it, man. Alright? And you know why? That's because of all the wickedness that has been going on here since its inception. Alright? Because this place was built upon rape, robbery, murder, blood, sweat, and tears, and slavery, man. Alright?
And there's the point. It says, his mischief shall return upon his own head, and his violent dealing shall come down upon his own pate.
Everything that you've done is going to be returned back to you, only much harsher, man.
Yeah, scripture says double. You're
going to have Jake having spiritual power, man. You're going to have Jake being able to lift you in the air and crush you like a can, and then reanimate you again, man.
Yeah, it's hella spiritual, because I was watching that short film last night, True Skin, and they show you, man, like all these movies that have to do with the chip, and cloning and eternal life on with Esau's blessing, which is carnality. Okay, all these blessings for that. All right, has to do with the chip, man. A microchip giving Esau and people eternal life, man. Which is crazy, man. You know, that's how Esau wants to get spiritual powers through the left hand, through technology. You know?
That's right. Because and there's several movies like that. That movie Transcendent shows you that.
There's an old ass one called the Sixth Day with Arnold Schwarzenegger. Okay? There's all kinds of them, man. You know? But it's always the chip and them downloading the consciousness into a fucking chip or a disc. You know? Which, if Yahweh Bashem Yahushai allowed Esau to continue, Esau would find a way to fucking do that, man. You know? Because it's like every film that's about that, that's what he hey man, there's something there, that's witchcraft, man.
Yeah, through his miracles, that's how he wants to live forever, man. Through the microchip. Alright, he actually wants to create robotic bodies and do brain transfers into these different robot bodies, man. Alright? He wants to transfer his consciousness into a cybernetic body so that he could live forever, man. Alright, you got these different miracles that are gonna be enticing people to take the microchip. Alright, Esau's gonna be able to make the blind see again. Alright, he's gonna be able to make the lame walk. People that are paralyzed. That movie, that movie that came out, Upgrade, was about a dude that got completely paralyzed from the neck down. All right, and they put a little chip in the back of his spine, and he was able to move again.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Let the brother bring this up.
This is Psalm 49, verse 11. Their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever.
The inward thought is that the houses would continue forever. All right, that they would never be destroyed. Right. And Esau fucking destroying the earth. That's why he's looking at all these other planets. That's why he's looking at going to Mars and different places like that, because he knows this place is through. He knows he already done fucking wrecked the earth, man. So he's looking at other planets. He wants to be able to go over to these other planets and mine them and devour the resources of the creation beyond this planet. What?
And their dwelling places to all generations. They call their lands after their own names. Nevertheless, man being in honor abideth not.
Yeah, they call their lands after their own names. If they're able to go over to Mars, Trump would rename it fucking Trump. The Trump planet. Planet Trump.
Planet Trump. Yeah.
He's the devil that would do some shit like that too.
Or it would be Planet Rothschild.
Well, yeah.
Because he's a puppet of the elite. Okay, Trump is a nobody, man.
I'm thinking on a low level.
Yeah, come on. You gotta think
on a higher level.
Come. This is Revelation 19, verse 19. And I saw the beast and the kings of the earth and their armies gathered together to make war against him that sat on the horse and against his army.
Yeah, that's gonna be that's like the final hour, man. That's when Yahweh Shai comes back with the mighty angels. He's gonna crack the skies. He's standing on top of a giant chariot. All right, everybody's gonna see him. Everybody's gonna be scared to death. All these other nations are gonna be roused up by Esau to fight against the angels and Yahweh Shai, man, against the Lord.
And the beast was taken, and with him the false prophet that wrought miracles before him, with which he deceived them that had received the mark of the beast, and them that worshipped the image, his image, Slakia. These both were cast alive into a lake of fire burning with brimstone, and the remnant were slain with the sword of him that sat upon the horse, which sword proceeded out of his mouth, and all the fowls were filled with their flesh.
Yeah, man, so everybody that these nuclear missiles don't destroy, Yahweh Shai is going to destroy with the chariots, right? With the brightness of his coming, right? With that concentrated fire that's going to come out of these chariots, man. Laser beams going to fucking eat these people alive, man.
And it says more than fowls shall be filled with their flesh. So even at the end of all that, the birds
gonna pick you guys clean, man.
the birds, man. Because the Lord said he has a great feast for these birds, man.
All you beasts of the field come to devour.
He's gonna put in the mind of those birds to just fucking eat these people and drink their blood. It says they're armies, man. You know?
It says upon an innumerable multitude, sudden destruction.
Yeah.
Esau's going to come with his whole fighting force. Everything that he's got is going to be destroyed in the twinkling of an eye, man. All right. All these different wild beasts, these animals are going to pick you clean, man. They're going to eat you. They're going to eat all the flesh off of your bones, man. All right. The Lord's going to put it in these spirits of animals to be spirits of vengeance. All right, especially in the streets of America, man. All right, all these zoo animals are gonna escape. You're gonna have lions and tigers and bears running around just slaying people, man, eating them.
Yes, I got some.
Keep on. You got something? Go ahead.
It's Isaiah 34 and 1. Come near, ye nations, to hear, and hearken, ye people. Let the earth hear and all that is therein, the world and all things that come forth of it. For the indignation of the Lord is upon all nations, and his fury upon all their armies.
Yeah, so his fury is upon the entire world, man. All right. Well, it tells you second Ezra 15. All right. That the Lord's not gonna hold his peace touching their wickedness any longer, man. And the whole world has been overcome by the spirit of Esau, man, the spirit of the devil, man. Pretty much the entire earth has accepted the image of the Lord as a so-called white man. Okay, ain't nobody questioning that. All right, except for the Israelites, man, the ones that truly believe in the Lord and in these scriptures, man. Okay, because we could see through all this madness. We could see the devil. He's naked in front of us, man. All right, he's not clothed with all sorts of goodly apparel to us, man. He's just some red, ugly-ass devil looking like this guy right here, man. That's Esau, man. You're in your natural state, bro. You're exactly how you're supposed to be, man.
The basis of all men. God.
And the whole world has been overspread with this wickedness. The nations have gone mad. All right. These different nations, they want to get into power. They want to rule the world now. All right. They want to take Esau down and rule the world. All right. That's why it says, why do the heathen imagine a vain thing?
It says, he hath utterly destroyed them. He hath delivered them to the slaughter. Their slain also shall be cast out, and their stink shall come up out of their carcasses.
Yeah, you got all you nations are going to be delivered to the slaughter. All you fucking pumped up Edomites that think you're going to go over to the Middle East and fight World War III and win, you're out of your minds, man. You're being delivered to the slaughter. All right, you're not going to survive this destruction.
God, it says, their slain also shall be cast out, and their stink shall come up out of their carcasses, and the mountains shall be melted with their blood.
The mountains shall be melted with their blood. Because your dead bodies are just going to be strung out all over the earth, man. Ain't nobody going to throw you in a ditch. Ain't nobody going to bury you, man. Everybody's going to be dying at such a rapid velocity. It's going to be horrible, man. It tells you in the scriptures that this time that's coming is going to be the most terrible time to ever take place on the face of the earth, man. All right, World War III is going to be disastrous. That's a place that you don't want to be, man. All right, you're going to be riding with your squadron or whatever. You might have 15,000 troops in your battalion you're rolling through, and they all just get turned into a puddle of blood in a moment's notice, man. All right, all fucking Esau, all the Russians got to do is drop a bomb on your bitch ass and just wipe you clean, man. All right, there's going to be nuclear weapons being fired off in World War III, man, which is going to cause mass death and mass destruction.
Yeah, there's people that come back from the military with PTSD, where like they hear a certain noise, they bug out.
Yeah.
But then there's people that got fucking shell shock, man. And shell shock is way worse than PTSD. Shell shock, these motherfuckers is just like this. And that was World War II. You know, this World War is gonna be way worse, man. Way worse. These troops that go over there, hey, it says they're gonna forbear to fight. They're not gonna come out their holes, man. You're gonna have NATO Esau's troops, they ain't gonna want to leave the base, man. They're gonna be crying out, want to go home. I just want to go home. They're gonna send out like 1,000 troops to go fight. And then them fucking Ishmaelites and Elamites are gonna shoot one bomb, blow them all up. They're gonna see nothing but bones and boots, man. And they're gonna bug out.
Hey, you remember that movie Saving Private Ryan?
God.
That dude was on the beach and his guts were hanging out. He's trying to put his guts back in his stomach, screaming for his mom. Yeah, one dude looking for his arm, you know, his fucking body parts everywhere. That's what it's gonna look like, man. Except it's gonna be a million times worse. All right? Because the technology that they have now is ridiculous, man. All right, you people are gonna get melted. You people are gonna get fucking destroyed, man. Words can't even describe it, man. You're just gonna have to see it. You Edomites, you're gonna be proud before you go over there. You're gonna be all pumped up. You're gonna have your general telling you, yeah, America, we're about to go over there and fuck up these towel heads and whatever the hell else he might tell you. You're gonna go over there all proud and pumped up, and then you're just gonna see your numbers dropping like flies, man. And your morale is gonna shoot down to the ground, man. All fucking hope is gonna be cast down as soon as you get over there to the Middle East, man. You're gonna try and parachute in. You're gonna try and fly in. Your fucking airplanes are just gonna be getting shot down left and right. All right, you're gonna try and go through the sea. They're gonna shoot torpedoes, little nuclear submarines. They're gonna blow your boats up. Esau, you're about to get massacred in World War III, man. It's not even gonna be a fight.
God, it says, and all the hosts of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll.
Yeah, because World War III is going to be nuclear. That's talking about nuclear missiles being detonated, man. All right? And Israel's going to be fucking destroyed by nuclear missiles.
And all their hosts shall fall down as the leaf falleth off from the vine.
Yeah, you think about it, that's so nonchalant. Just like a leaf falls off the tree. That's how the military's going to be destroyed, man. It's just gonna be easy. It's gonna be a light thing. It's gonna be nothing, man. Just like a leaf falling from a tree, man. That's how your whole army is just gonna be annihilated, wiped clean, man. Right?
As the leaf falleth from off the vine, and as a falling fig from the fig tree. For my sword shall be bathed in heaven, and behold, it shall come down upon Idumea and upon the people of my curse to judgment.
That's how we know you Americans ain't gonna win no war that's coming up. All right, you Edomites are gonna be destroyed, man. All right, the French, the Germans, Americans. All right, you're gonna go over there to the Middle East and get eaten alive, man. All right, you're gonna get destroyed by missiles, man. All right, your military ain't gonna be able to do shit. You're gonna have Russia, all right, that's gonna be backing up these different countries that you're trying to go to war with, man. You think you're gonna go to war with Iran and Iraq and shit, Syria? Nah, man, Russia and China are gonna step in. Then you're gonna have a real fucking debacle on your hands.
God, this is Isaiah 13 and 17. It says, behold, I will stir up the Medes against them, which shall not regard silver, and as for gold, they shall not delight in it.
Yeah. So the Medes is talking about the Russians, because they're in the land of the Medes right now. As it tells you to prophesy against the land of Gog and Magog. That's the land of the Medes, man. Okay, so that's where the Russians are dwelling at today. And it says that the Lord's going to stir them up against America, against Babylon. All right, they're not gonna delight in silver or gold. Hey, look, there ain't no relations are being met between Trump and Putin. All right, the relations are deteriorating as we speak right now. All right, Russia and these different nations are becoming more and more angry with this country. All right, by the minute.
Yeah, and it says they shall not delight in silver and gold, man. We know that because they're moving away from the U.S. dollar, man. All these countries are saying, don't even fuck with the U.S. dollar. Okay, you got BRICS nations, man, which is Brazil, Russia, Iran, Slovakia, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, man. Okay, that are moving away from the U.S. dollar, man. Okay? So that's what it means by as for silver and gold, they shall not delight in it. They don't give a fuck about Esau's money. Okay? The Lord's going to put the spirit on him real soon to just say, fuck it, shoot. Because Putin just came out and said, if anybody is caught attacking Syria with U.S. missiles, they're going to attack that country, man. Okay?
There should be wars and rumors of wars, right? Because you got these other countries that are moving away from the U.S. dollar because Edomites over here want to keep on putting sanctions on all these different countries. So Russia's like, hey,